After working as a business coach slash customer success manager at Kajabi for over a year, a question I get asked so frequently is why in the heck would someone buy a course when they could look up the same information for free? Well, you may even be on the brink of creating a course, but you just can't get past the thought that people wouldn't pay you for something that they could just Google. But is that really true? Well, I'm going to tell you 4 reasons why they would and why millions of people already do. The first reason is that the internet is overwhelming. I mean, the internet, when it first came out, bee's knees, best stuff around, right? I mean, even now, of course, the internet is an amazing asset in so many ways. But for most people, when you're trying to find directions on how to do something, the results can be absolutely consuming. In today's world, because we have such an overwhelming amount of information available right at our fingertips, you can learn how to do anything. But that doesn't mean that it's easy to do so. For instance, if you want to learn how to bake a cake, just do a quick search online and you will find dozens of methods, all for free. But they each have different ways to do that, different amounts of time for the cake to be in the oven, different ingredients, what's better, buttercream or whipped frosting, and so many different variations. How do you know who you can trust, what the best way to do it is, and how can you be sure that you're going to get results without trying and testing and clicking on all of those articles, right? And so for many people, seeing all of these options, especially if you're a complete beginner, is not an asset at all, but really a disadvantage. They're begging literally for someone to just give them a straight answer so that they can get the results that they're looking for. I experience this every single day talking to clients who tell me, Coach L, I just want a simplified method. I just want somebody to tell me what to do. I don't want to do all this research. I see so much stuff, so many gurus online, so many people saying ads, no, do it organic, no, TikTok's best, no, YouTube's best. And I just want to create a course so that I can help people, so that I can have financial freedom, so that I can spend time doing the things that I love with the people that I love, and just tell me what to do, right? Just give me that step-by-step plan. And that's why people purchase courses, because everything else, trying to figure it out, is so overwhelming for so many people. And actually, if that's you, I want to give you a quick opportunity. If you want me and you to sit down on a video chat personalized to you to create a game plan to help you make your first $5,000 through an online course, then make sure that you click the link in the description and sign up for that, and we can schedule a call together. And this will work for you even if you don't have a niche yet. We can talk about that. And if you do have one, we can talk about how you can figure out if it's profitable. We can uncover any limiting beliefs that are preventing you from taking next steps and that have you stuck. And we're also going to create a simplified plan so that you can make your first 5K through your online course, even if you don't have it created yet. And if you're new here, well, this is Simple Income Guide. I'm Coach L, and I was a 6 and 7 figure course creation coach. And if you hit subscribe, I'll tell you all the secrets to how you can create a profitable and passive online course to make you money while you sleep, so you can spend time doing what matters most to you. Now, reason number 2. So the second reason that people would pay for an online course when there's free information online, well, let me ask you a question first. Why don't you bake your own bread? Now, if you do bake your own bread, that's amazing. Kudos to you. It's something I'm trying to learn as well. But for most people, you would say, well, sure, I could make my own bread, but it would take a lot of time. It would take trial and effort, and it would be so much more convenient for me to just go to the store and put the bread in the basket and check out and walk out of the store. Yeah, exactly, right? That's the exact same reason why people buy courses, because you save time, you save effort, and it is much more convenient. So when you're paying for a course, you are buying the convenience of having all of that information in one place. Just like when you buy bread from the store, you're paying for the convenience of having all of the steps necessary to create bread packaged in one finished product that you just get to take home and eat with delicious butter, which now I'm getting kind of hungry. But it's true that most people could find that same information online, just like you could make your own bread from scratch at home. But it would take hours, even days or months, depending on what you're trying to learn, to sift through those results in order to find something that may actually work. And for busy people or just people who simply value their time, paying for a course is definitely worth it. And another point to that is that you get fragmented information when you search through all of those articles online. And then you normally get articles that lead you to have more questions, which lead you to go to other articles. And then you just end up on this kind of downward spiral, digging this hole, digging this hole, digging this hole. And now you're in this hole and you look around, and where is that beautiful cake you wanted to make? It's gone because you have drowned in information overload. It's like you found a bucket with holes in it, right? It's not going to get the job done. And even if it does, it's going to cost you something even more valuable, which isn't time. But that brings us to point number 3, which is results. You see, people value what they pay for. That is the third reason why they will buy your course, because people normally do not value things that they get for free. They don't take them seriously and they don't get results. And this is not my subjective opinion. There are studies that show this. And after having worked with literally hundreds of clients, I can tell you firsthand that free courses, free information, people do not complete it. The completion rate on people that I have talked to that have given away their best information for free is absolutely abysmal. I mean, you would be shocked. And this also couples with my personal experience. I have given away to friends, family, even people online who, pitched their best sob story, and I definitely fell for it. And none of them have ever completed a single course that I have ever offered them or given them. And so it really is to many people's detriment to be given something like that for free, because it really lowers the incentive and it lowers their value in the thing that you have given them. And it's not because it's not valuable, it's because you have given it to a person who doesn't see the value in it. Because if they saw the value in it, they would have no issue paying for it, right? Because people pay for what they value. And I don't care who you are. This is true 99.9% of the time, which is why we all know someone who is living on government assistance, which there is nothing wrong with needing help. But I know plenty of people who are in that situation who will say they don't have money for rent, but who went to the latest Beyonce concert or who just bought a new couch because people value and pay for the things that are important to them. And the reason why success results are so much higher for people who pay is because when people have something vested into it, they're much more likely to actually complete it and to give their best effort. When people take paid courses, they often see those good results because they follow through and they complete it. Let's take the example of lottery winners, right? So if you know anything about the lottery, then you know that there are so many people. I think the last statistics I saw was something like 70 to 80% of people who win the lottery end up in a worse, if not the same position 2 years later. And so let's think about why that could be. So let's say that you win $5,000. It's your lucky day. You went into the gas station, you paid for your gas, and you paid with cash because you got that 10 cents off because gas is really high right now, right? And you decide to get a scratch off. You scratch it off and wow, $5,000. What are you thinking about doing with that, right? Maybe something responsible. For a lot of us, that'd be something fun, right? Because we feel like, well, we just won this money. Let's enjoy it, okay? Now let's say that you had to, at your job, do a mandatory 60-hour week in addition to your current probably 40-hour work week. So now you've worked 100 hours in this week and you have a check that amounts to $5,000 that has come from the work that you actually did. Now, it's going to be a lot more likely that you're going to be a lot more responsible with that money. And you're going to think through, you're going to spend it a little bit more slowly. You're going to savor it. You're going to hold on to it a little tighter because you had to earn it. You had to put in the work and effort in order to see that $5,000 check with your name on it versus the amount of effort you had to put in to get that lottery ticket, which is $5 and a quarter to scratch it off, right? And it's the exact same thing with courses, is that people value the things that they pay for and then they get results. And likely people who are not willing to put money down also are not at a point where they're invested enough to do the work to actually get results. Okay. And speaking of those results, that brings us to reason number 4, which is the biggest reason why people actually pay for courses. And for all of my aspiring course creators or current course creators, I need you to come closely, because this is really important. And this is a pivotal mindset shift that you have to have if you're going to make and be my next 6 or 7 figure client, right? So your course is providing transformation, not information. Okay. So when people say that, oh, well, the same free information is online, great. That's not what I'm offering them. If what they want is something they can Google exists for that reason. Your course exists for the reason of getting this person from being who they are now to the person that they want to be. Because you have to understand that no one's buying your course because of the information in it. They're buying it for the transformation that you are promising them, right? So the person who buys, and this is for anything, this isn't just a matter of career or money, which are things that people can very easily see how that can transform their life, right? This is the person who is buying a piano course. And with this piano course, they're not just learning, chords or keys. They are learning a skill. Well, why are they learning the skill? Maybe they have a daughter on the way, a little baby girl, and they have always dreamed of being the type of parent who could play songs at Christmas that their family could sing carols around. This course is not helping them play the piano. It's helping them be a good dad. That's the transformation that you're providing is for this man. Of course, the course is going to make him a great dad if he's a terrible dad. If you're a trash person, the course isn't going to change that. But for the man who says, I want to take this next level to learn this skill that I can pass down to my bouncing baby girl, you're providing him that transformation. And that's something that an article on Google isn't going to help him do. And furthermore, courses provide other things because, again, it's more than a how-to in order to provide a transformation, because there are so many myths, so many misconceptions. And if you have a good course, then you're addressing those myths and those misconceptions. You're helping them with those mindset shifts that are necessary to move them from where they are to where they want to go. And so when this dad gets frustrated, when he thinks about prioritizing other things and he says, oh, I don't have time to practice today, because you were able to walk him through those mindset shifts, those difficulties that you knew he was going to face. You were able to prepare him for it. You were able to provide exercises and all those things that you knew were going to equip him to be able to do what he needed to do to move past those hurdles that article on Google wouldn't have given him. You have completely changed the game, changed his life, right? And so this is like a huge difference than what people are getting on Google. It's just like no comparison and no competition. Another thing is that people feel so much peace of mind knowing that their course has come from someone who is a qualified expert. In addition to that, the additional resources like books and videos and exercises that make the learning process more efficient and effective. But depending on what you're offering, having access to you, the instructor, who's going to answer any questions that they have from an expert level. Now, you may hear me use that word expert and be a little bit intimidated. Like, okay, well, I believe you, Coach L. This is not the same thing. I get it. I'm providing transformation. I want to do that for people, but am I an expert? I don't know if I can say that. I didn't go to school for this. I don't have a degree in this. I don't even have any big transformation. I only lost 10 pounds. I only just learned how to play, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on the piano. Like, is that enough? How can I help someone? I don't know if I'm an expert. And that's why I created this next video for you, where I'm going to answer the question of how can you, if you should even, create a course if you're not an expert? And the answer may surprise you. So go ahead and watch that video. But if you haven't already, please take advantage of this limited time opportunity to get on a call with me one-on-one, and we will create a game plan, a simplified game plan to make your first $5,000 through online courses, uncover those limiting beliefs that may be blocking your success right now, and talk about your niche, figure out if it's profitable if you have one, and we will get clarity on what your niche should be if you don't have one. And I'll see you then or in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.